Hey everyone, my name is Carmen and welcome to a new slime review video. Today I'll be giving a 100% honest famous slime shop review on Parakeet slimes. I have a $150 slime package to show you guys today, but don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you enjoy my slime content, and check out my other social media accounts, and also stay tuned for my shop reopening. Now let's begin with what they included inside my package. I purchased 9 slimes. They included a care card, business card, a borax baggie, candy, a wristband, and a sticker sheet. The slimes I purchased were Stress Release Sheep Clay-Doh, Lucky Charms Rice Krispie Treats, It's Corn, Froggy Boba, 11's Eggos, McBirb's Cheeez Fries, Pacman Crunch, Blow Pop Crush, and Coca-Cola Icee. The total price was around $150, but after discounts I paid $111. I'll be starting off with Lucky Charms Rice Krispie Treats. This is a DIY clay slime that comes with a green cloud cream slime that has a wet and sizzly texture. It is semi-fluffy and feels very creamy and soft in my hands. I can't remember what the slime scent was listed as, but it smells just like Fruity Pebbles cereal to me. It comes with 2 clay pieces that look just like Rice Krispie squares. It also came with some Lucky Charm Fimos. They look just like the cute little marshmallows that come in the cereal, so I added it on top of the Rice Krispies. And here's what it looks like once fully assembled. Looks super cute and does remind me of Lucky Charms. As you can see, the clay pieces were super soft and really easy to mix in. Once you fully mix in the clay pieces, the texture changes into something more doughy, so it's more of a cloud dough than a cloud cream. It does fluff up really nicely as well, but it's not a drizzly type of slime. The color changes into a lighter yellow-green, and the texture remains as sizzly. This one is super fun to squish, stretch, and squeeze. It does have a little wet residue, and as for most snow-based slimes, there is a bit of snow residue while you're playing with it. Next up, we have McBirb's Cheeez Fries, which is a cheese fry inspired slime. It comes with a couple of these fry charms that look super realistic, a cheese charm, and a female slice that I believe is a piece of meat. The slime is an inflatable clay slime, and the color of it really reminds me of cheddar cheese or nacho cheese. The texture of this clay slime feels very similar to a lot of other clay slimes that I felt, and I really like them. These are super inflatable, so they become super fluffy and sizzly as well. Overall, it's a well-rounded texture that I enjoy playing with. I love squeezing and stretching this one, and it also gives some nice crackly ASMR. I also can't figure out what the slime is scented, but it does smell fruity to me, and I think it's a mango sorbet scent, which smells just like that. It's sweet and fruity. Next up, we have Coca-Cola Icee, which is a Coke soda inspired slime. It is a deep brown color sizzly wet icy slime that comes with a Coke bottle charm. The texture of this wet icy slime feels very unique. I haven't felt any like this, but it's not exactly my favorite. It is a slow stretch one since it will rip pretty easily. You definitely have to be delicate when you're playing with this slime if you want it to be stretchy. So if you do play with it carefully, it will behave like a normal wet icy slime, except this one doesn't really inflate. This slime does have a slight jiggle to it, and it's best for squishing and squeezing. The scent for this one smells like a super sweet Coke syrup, and not like a realistic one compared to some other Coke scents I've smelled. Personally, not my favorite wet icy since I prefer mine to be super fluffy and inflatable, and this one is more of a thick doughy type that is very easy to squish. Next up, we have a texture that has been highly requested for me to review, and this is her Clay-Doh texture. This one is called Stress Relief Sheep and has this beautiful lavender color. It comes with some matching moon glitters, some sprinkles, and a sheep charm. Initially, you get some light sizzles when you're playing with it, and honestly, the texture does really remind me of clay. Like pure clay that is slightly doughy, is colored and scented. So the name of this texture is actually a really good one. It is spot on and really describes it very well. Overall, it is a doughy, holdable, stretchy texture that acts just like clay. It may not be 100% clay, but feels mostly like it, so if you play with it for a long time, it may dry out, so try not to play with it for too long. I do like how this texture is inflatable, so once you inflate it, it becomes nice and fluffy and makes really nice sizzles as well. And the slime is scented just like lavender. I did decide to mix it into slime so you can see what kind of texture it can make. It turns into a super creamy and inflatable clay slime texture. And I honestly prefer this texture more once you add in some slime. Next up, we have 11's Eggos, which is a DIY clay slime that comes with a white glossy base. And it did have a piece of hair in it, which isn't a huge problem. Usually if it's just one, I am pretty forgiving about that. But if it's multiple, then that's a huge problem. Thankfully, that was the only time I've ever found hair in a Parakeet slime, so it doesn't seem like it's too common. The white glue base was on the thinner side. It wasn't too thick and was semi-jiggly. It also came with some red clear slime that I added on the bottom and drizzled on top of the waffle piece. The clay waffle looks pretty realistic. There's even a piece of butter on top, and there's also a waffle charm. Even after letting it sit for about a month, the clay piece was still very soft and easy to mix in. The red clear slime and white glue based slime were slightly underactivated, but it was still pretty easy to mix in the clay piece. The texture was super stretchy and it made some nice bubble pops while I was mixing it. Since I wanted to give it some structure and make it a little less sticky, I did add some activator. And once fully mixed and activated, the final texture is a super squishy, inflatable clay slime. This slime is great for bubble pops and I really enjoy squishing it. And of course, this slime is scented just like sweet waffles. This next slime is called Froggy Boba and it comes with a green semi-thick and glossy slime and some other add-ins. The texture of this slime isn't super thick. It honestly feels a lot thinner than her other boba slimes that I purchased before. The texture is super glossy, but it still has a slight jiggle to it and almost feels very similar to the white glue base in 11's Eggo, but slightly thicker. It also comes with a green clear slime, frog females, a frog charm, boba beads, and a paper straw. The green clear slime was pretty melted, so I did add some activator, and once I fully mixed it all up and activated it, the texture didn't change too much. It feels like a pretty basic white glue based slime. It's clicky, great for bubble pops, it's stretchy and squishy, but it's not too thick. So honestly, I do prefer her older boba slimes, so I'm not too sure if she decided to change up her recipe, or the batch is inconsistent, or if this is just an entirely different texture. It's still a decent stretchy slime for bubble pops and ASMR, but I do prefer mine to be thicker. The scent for this one smells just like described, like a sweet green tea. Next up, we have It's Corn, which is a corn-inspired slime. This one is a crunchy white glue-based microflow, and I gotta say, it's probably one of my favorites. It comes with a squishy corn charm and some yellow and green sprinkles. This texture comes with some reco foam beads, some yellow foam beads, and some larger yellow foam beads. This one is pretty packed with beads, so it is pretty crunchy. It was a little underactivated here, so it was a bit sticky and it didn't have too much structure, but once I added in some activator, it became the perfect crunchy slime. Once I fully kneaded in my borax solution, it became super stretchy, crunchy, and bubbly. There are a ton of beads here and also enough slime to make some nice bubble pops, so this is a pretty great microwave foam. There is little to no fallout, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for a soft, crunchy slime. I'm not too sure what the slime scent was listed as, but it smells just like buttered popcorn to me, which is a very fitting scent. This next slime is called Pacman Crunch, and it is a clear semi-foam. The clear slime is a dark color that is a mix between black, blue, and purple. There are some glitters throughout it, some sparkle glitters, and it also comes with some rainbow foam beads and smaller yellow foam beads. Mine came with an orange Pacman ghost charm, which I find super adorable. He will fit in very well in my charm collection. Honestly, the texture feels pretty basic. It feels like a semi-thick clear slime with some foam beads in it, so it's really great for table play. It is nice and stretchy, so you get some nice bubble pops as well. This one doesn't seem like it's coated since it does have this tacky feel to it, so if that bothers you, you might need to have some activator on hand. Besides that, the beads do give it some nice texture and some soft crunch. Not too sure what the slime is scented, but it does smell fresh and fruity to me, which is a pleasant scent. Lastly, from my Parakeet Slimes package, we have Blow Pop Crush. This is another clear base crunchy slime, but it's a snow fizz one. This one has a pretty purple color, and I believe it comes in a metallic base since I can see some of the pigment on the bottom. This one comes with a realistic lollipop charm, a variety of foam beads, and different glitters. This one was a little sticky, so I did have to add some activator, and it was very easy to activate if you have some borax solution on hand. Once fully activated, you get your standard snow fizz slime. So this one is pretty packed, so it's nice and squishy, and it does have a slower stretch. But once you're able to stretch it and inflate it enough, it becomes nice and crackly. This one is really great for crispy bubble pops, and I actually really like the scent of this one. I'm not too sure what it is, but it smells like a sour, fruity lollipop. This one isn't coated either, so it does feel a little tacky, especially when you're inflating it, so make sure you have some activator on hand. Overall, I did enjoy my package from Parakeet Slimes, and my overall review will be pretty similar to all my other Parakeet ones. They are pretty standard, and if your slimes interest you, definitely check them out. But that is all for this slime review video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!